Now, we started the program by talking about our plans for the future. Well, what if you found your passion, but something kept you away from it? Would you give it up? Our next story comes from Brother Chris Blancas from the District of British Columbia. A personal trainer, he learned how a shift in prayer and perspective can lead to gratitude and, most importantly, God's blessings. Let's welcome Brother Chris to the stage.
I could barely find a comfortable position to sleep at night because my skin would rip from any small movements I made. I was oozing blood and fluid from almost every crevice on my body, so I frequently covered myself in bandages, just like a mummy. I was gross. I avoided everyone, or maybe everyone even avoided me. I mean, my skin smelled like old rotting pizza. Who would even want to be around me? My confidence was at my lowest. Whenever my friends would ask me to go out, I would always just say, I'm busy with work. But really, I had to quit my job as a trainer, a job I was passionate about, because it started to hurt to even move. I had been to 6 different doctors, 4 general practitioners, and 2 specialized dermatologists, all who told me the exact same thing. It's just a severe case of eczema, and I had to learn to live with it. All they could do was prescribe me increasingly more potent doses of different drugs and creams that only seemed to make things worse. I felt hopeless at the thought of having to live with this forever. Chances are, some of you guys know someone who has eczema because 20% of children and up to 3% of adults have some form of it. So I prayed every night. I asked God, could you heal me as soon as possible so I could return to living a normal life? I prayed and I asked Him to stop the suffering. It was painful to sleep, painful to be awake, and I constantly felt embarrassed of how people may look at me. I prayed because I wanted to just go back to my clients. I wanted to finally enjoy life again. But I know God is not a wish-granting genie. So I changed my prayer. And I began asking for the strength to not be able to give up on life, and just to endure a bit more. So if it was His will for me to recover, I promised I would use my health to accept and fulfill more duties inside the church. And from the moment I changed my prayer, I started to find answers. I was being guided to find these books and articles on my condition, and I was shown how people who had similar conditions through food and lifestyle changes were able to finally lead normal lives. And as I continued my devotional prayer, I felt I was getting closer to the answer. And eventually, I ended up meeting a naturopathic doctor by chance in my area who specialized in the exact issues that I was dealing with. But before my first appointment with this naturopathic doctor, I prayed and I asked God, can this doctor finally help me? And as I sat in that waiting room, fully wrapped with bandages, some to cover up the open skin, I prayed. And I began to feel at complete peace because I felt like God led me to this moment. And after a couple of weeks of seeing this new doctor, I started to recover. God answers prayers. Life now is completely different. I'm back to working with my amazing clients, and I'm grateful for the little things in life, like being able to finally sleep without pain. I'm grateful for the ability to wear shorts and a t-shirt without being self-conscious. I'm grateful for the ability to perform my duty as a choir member without struggling to put my toga on or struggling to stand and sit as we sing hymns. I'm most grateful to God for the strength to not give up on life and to show me that no matter what the doctors will tell me, God knows better. So that if you're suffering from eczema or any other illness, keep praying to God to help find an ease to your suffering. Now, looking back at this lowest moment in my life, I see it as a blessing. I see it as a blessing because no matter what may happen in this world, and no matter what obstacles I am facing in life, no matter how much suffering I may be going through, if I fervently pray to God and ask Him for His help, He will provide.
Thank you, Brother Chris. Your story of perseverance and faith will undoubtedly inspire others to have that same faith in God, especially when they face the intense challenges young people face today, or anyone that may have to face a challenging health crisis such as you did.